This week's Torah portion is called Parashat Vayakhel. What I'd like to suggest is that this is teaching us the importance of focusing on the spiritual world, that what is most important in our world, even though it appears to be so physical, is the spiritual. We learn in this week's Torah portion about the building of the tabernacle, this Mishkan, this place where the Jewish people are given the opportunity to build, to donate their belongings, their wealth, their time, to create a space in place for God to reside. So we have a physical manifestation of God in the world, perhaps in our synagogues or in our study halls or in our homes. These are places where we can bring out more of the spirituality that exists in the physicality. The commentators also teach us that creating a space for God to reside includes our hearts, that we have to want a relationship. We have to yearn for that relationship. We have to seek out that relationship. We have to look for God and find God and connect to God through prayer, through study, through all the ways in which we look at the physical world and say, God's here and really wants a relationship with us and really loves us. And then the third injunction in this week's Torah portion, again reiterated, is to observe the Shabbat, that you have 6 days to work and then you rest on the seventh day. You stop working, you stop creating, as did God. You are testifying and bearing witness to the fact that God created the world and God rested, and so too do we. But also that it's a time for us to focus on our spirituality, to recognize the spirituality in ourselves, in other people, in the world, and to connect back to God and to say, I know I worked all week and I was engaged in the physical world and I did all the things that I'm here to do and I'm trying to be good and I'm trying to be better. And then I slide into and I get this seventh day where I can rest, where I can stop creating and stop working and I can focus on the spiritual. That we have these days of work and struggle and toil and then a day of rest. And our commentators also teach us that Shabbat, the Sabbath, is a 60th of the world to come. That just as we work all week in those 6 days of work, so too this world is like those 6 days of work where we struggle in this world and there's suffering and we're swimming against the tide, so to speak, sometimes. And it's hard sometimes to see God and we have to search out God and we have to recognize God's here. And we have a whole lifetime that is akin to the 6 days of work. And then we are promised there will be a seventh day, like the Shabbat, but more. It'll be a time of spirituality, a time of revelation, a time of connection to God, where all our work is done. There's no more work to do. We are done and we'll reap the benefits of the work that we have done in our lifetimes. So our lives matter and what we do matter. So here we are striving and yearning for a relationship with God, where we bring godliness out into the world in physical place, in our hearts and in spiritual time and in time to bring out that spirituality. But that's our job. And may we do it well so that we get to that time of eternal Shabbat where it's all peace and it's all good and it's all divine light for all eternity.